Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I just felt called to pop on um, and share just some stuff that I've noticed going on um, in the world. There has been a lot of upheaval. I think that for a little while we were able to take a break and go within, and that had been the message, is to really go within and work on yourself and heal inner traumas and inner wounds. And I think a lot of us have taken the time to do that. And it has been, it was created and designed as an opportunity to be able to have the patience and the skill level and understanding for some of the things that are happening globally coming up. So none of what we're witnessing is a surprise. We're seeing a lot of mandates. A lot of rights are being taken away, and there's an upheaval in fear in terms of people losing their identities, losing their freedom, losing their sovereignty. And as angelic human beings, and with the help that we have here, we have massive, massive help. And there is a lot being done um, that we can't see with our own eyes, our own human eyes, right? So it's even very challenging to watch videos, read information about what's happening because the energy signatures are very confusing and convoluted. And when I see something that feels confusing and convoluted, it's either coming from somebody who doesn't understand what they're writing, or I don't understand what they're saying, right? So there's that too. Either I don't comprehend it, um, it's not for me, however that is. But there's something a little bit different happening, and it's being done in secrecy, which I find quite disturbing and closed off. But um, that being said, it feels like a lot of it is going to, it's all coming up to the surface. So there's a lot of, uh, I mean, people are calling this, the planetary dark night of the soul, and we're losing like the density in our lower consciousness levels are all kind of like meshed into one, even more so than what they were. And so we're processing um, massive collective traumas and fears, and so when this happens, we it's like we don't have a choice but to shift our consciousness. So it's happening for a variety of reasons. Um, we have the help that we need. That's my dog in the back. She's playing with the kitties. We have the help that we need from uh, higher realms. I know for myself, I work with the Breno and the Solar Rishi, and these are just higher levels of consciousness, different levels of consciousness, not any better than one or the other. Um, and when because there was enough of us to kind of like break through this barrier, consciousness barrier, uh, we're able to, there's a lot of grid workers, there's a lot that goes into this, but they were able to come in. It's kind of like a fail-safe plan, like we've really screwed it up here. And so we needed help. And so we have massive amounts of help. And this battle is not a battle that is brand new. This isn't something that's just been in the making for a few years or even a few hundred years. This is a spiritual battle. This is a war over consciousness, and it's always been a war over consciousness. And we're getting ours back. Like we are getting full control over our consciousness streams. And that's massive. So what we're not seeing is well, this is really curious because what we're seeing is this massive upheaval in Satanism and um, and how um, basically our entire planet has been controlled by Satanists. And it's not hiding, it's not just in subliminal messages, it is out in the open. It's being shared publicly, it's right in our faces. It's affecting our children, it's affecting our way of life. And it feels like with this massive upheaval, with this massive purging, we're feeling like we're going to be losing our sovereignty. And the truth to the matter is, we really didn't know what it was to be sovereign. And now we're getting a little piece of understanding what sovereignty is, what it is to be a God sovereign free being, what it is to be a cosmic citizen. And so we're able to actually see this for one of the first times ever. And that's really exciting. So um, what what people are fearing is I feel like not worth fearing over, because when we continue to bring our resonance down to fear, uh, it attaches um, it attaches other people's thought forms, the resonance and thought forms that the controller groups want you to live in, to so they can continue to feed off of you. They want you to get your jab and they want you to get your passport, because that's how they're going to continue um, to control. That's how they're going to continue to rip your spirit and your soul away from you, and continue control it. So whoever controls the mind controls the soul. So it's time to really put in the efforts, the quiet time that you spent, the healing and the traumas and the triggers that are coming through. Look at them, observe them, witness them, be compassionate. Okay, so uh, like it's kind of like I say sometimes to my friends, daddy's home, right? Like father has arrived, and we have this massive shift and change, and it's called the awakening of the Albion, or the awakening of the Arthurian times. So our benevolent kings are here, and we have only to integrate the consciousness. And because Mother has been in planet and been able to purge, she's what's purging Dark Mother. She's what's purging all these traumas and tragedies and um, planetary miasma. Okay, so it's not. This is like this is really big. I wish that there were words that could better describe this really big shift, but here it is, right? So now it's like mother and father. So father now comes as a as compassion in action. He comes to really hold and support a mother in her work, and they make this beautiful coupling, this beautiful marriage. And the joy is just so overwhelming. And so we have so much to look forward to. It looks and feels really um, dark and scary, and it's like, what do they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. Like, just allow this to purge. So I know that, like, when my body turns into an aqua portal, like a transit portal for souls and uh, alien machinery, these kinds of things. So like I'm designed to transit that out. And what happens, like the first time it happened to me, it's like my whole body went dark. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I thought maybe I'd gotten possessed or something. And it was just how I view what's happening. And so that saying, it's always darkest before the dawn. Well, what happened was, like, as it was transmuting, everything kind of went dark. And in that transmutation process, everything is getting put back and recycled to go right back to God's source and then come out nice and shiny like a car wash. So, and integrate the pieces and be whole again, be sovereign, be remembered for our connection to God, our connection to source or universe, however you want to say that. We're connecting, we're learning how to connect our our bodies back to the earth, and how to truly feel the earth, what that feels like, and what Mother's soul feels like, what Tara feels like, what our oversoul feels like. That's Gaia, right? Really, how to connect into these sacred energies that are organic and authentic to our divine blueprint. Anyway, so that's my message. I want people to know that they're seeing some really scary things right now and to not be in fear. Um, I guess I would say continue to hold Sophianic energies light in your heart. Continue to trust that the patriarchal, uh, misogynistic uh, overlords are um, are being taken care of, and that things will get better. Um, Always listen to your heart. Always listen to your higher self, and do what you feel is right for your own body, your own mind, and your own spirit. Um, but we would like to recommend that you eat fresh, you eat clean, drink extra water, keep poisons out of your body. Keep poisons out of your body. The poisons that are purging through planet right now, we have old poisons purging through, and we have new poisons that are being introduced. Keep them out of your body. Okay. Much love to you guys.